Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. And tonight, we've got the New York Knicks up against the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And it feels early to be already missing players from the lineup. But how these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Anunoby out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. And for Dallas, Antetokounmpo is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's Christie. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Ball in at the 1. And Doris, the rhythm of the season beginning to set in. Teams are starting to establish their identity.
They're also starting to understand, all right, these are our rotations. The players are now establishing their roles. You are definitely starting to see teams not only hone into their approach, but refine their approach.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Christie with it. Brunson picks him up. Christie kicks to Antetokounmpo. 4 on the clock. And they double up Giannis. That one's not going to go. Towns with the defensive effort. Anunoby passes to Towns. Here's Ball. And Antetokounmpo. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Instincts and anticipation. Great effort here by Giannis.
Outside, Towns. It's Hart on the wing. Back to Towns. Makes it off the glass.
That to me is about Karl Anthony Towns carving out position on the interior. Such a pretty play.
For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Giannis passes to Washington. And here is Ball. Lets it go from deep. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. To the inside. And Towns throws it down.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
Now the Mavericks with it. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
Now, here's Bridges. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bridges against Washington. Here's Hart. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. This their first look at this year's New York squad. And you look at this Mavs rotation now, Doris, a wide range of ages.
And that's important, Kevin, because typically when you start a rebuild or a build, it begins with young players. But inevitably, there comes a moment in time where you think, we need some maturity and we need some veterans in our locker room. So it's always better to have a blend.
Here's Brunson. The Mavericks making the shot. Shoots over Ball. Rebounded by Gafford.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
And the first one drops.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
And what I love about Giannis, yeah, he's a superstar, an MVP, a champion. But best of all, Giannis is an incredible ambassador for the game. He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Pass to Washington. To the left side wing. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brunson. 13 feet away. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Been a tough stretch for this guy right now. Looking a little out of sorts.
Anunoby outside. Offensive rebound. Out to Bridges. Towns for three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Christie the pass to Giannis. Drains the three-pointer. Giannis has got 6.
And when Giannis is sinking that shot, he is impossible to guard.
Brunson outside. And the foul on Daniel Gafford. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Bridges. Still yet to score. Hart with the screen for Bridges. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Boy, how about that quick 3 response by Mikal Bridges?
Antetokounmpo up top. Defended by Hart. Giannis is double. Here's Christie. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. He has 5.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Hits it from three-point range.
Well, you know Mikal was thinking 3 as soon as he got free. That's nice delivery.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. Coach talked about avoiding bumping Brunson on drives. He told me sometimes Jalen moves into defenders, and you can almost pull the chair if you remove yourself. Let him slip his momentum in a direction without allowing him to revert to shooting. We think it can make a difference. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. Ball no good. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Hart against Giannis. Hart the pass to Towns. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Gafford. Anunoby against Christie. And it's Ball in the corner. Off target with his 3.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Anunoby outside. Towns finds Anunoby. Hart with a screen on Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the right wing. For 3, Bridges. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Mavericks trail. Now Washington scoreless thus far. From 15 feet away. It's rebounded by New York. Hart's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Brunson. 33 points last game. Anunoby outside. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Adams, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Rollins subbed in for Ball. And a switch here also for New York. Robinson's checked in. Pass to Bridges. Hart with the screen for Bridges. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Fast break Dallas. Tipped away. Bridges with the steal. Anunoby in the corner. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Christie the pass to Rollins. Back to Christie. Shot clock at 6. Washington against Anunoby. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Look at the Lakers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at the Mavericks,
they came out of the gate swinging this season, fighting their way up the rankings. You just hope they can sustain this pace as the season wears on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. A.J. Green comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Williams in for Christie. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. The Mavericks, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Here's Yabusele. McBride with the ball. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Mavericks. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference.
And when I look at Dallas, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Marshall. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Green, no luck. The Knicks have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Shamet on the wing. To the paint. It's tipped. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Here's Marshall. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. The Knicks with the lead. Pass to Shamet. Back to McBride. Fires the three. Rollins grabs the board. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Over McBride. The shot by Rollins no good. New York shooting just about an even 40% to start. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years. Loading up for a title run. And they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. And, of course, you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to get Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit. Will they?
Green by Adams. Pass to Williams. On the wing, Green. He's covered by Shamet. Good on the shot. And the Mavericks lead by 1. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's Kolek. Hasn't made one yet. Rebound by Marshall. Right side, Green. And that one, good.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Free throw drops for Green. Here's Kolek. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Now here's Williams. Defense is right there. Pass to Marshall. Outside, Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Mavericks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Green. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Knicks are able to play 5 out. And Josh Hart told me they surrounded Jalen Brunson with guys who can shoot, guys that command attention. He's able to expose that, scoring the ball and being unselfish. The court is wide open. Back to you, Kevin.
Tons of spacing. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Williams gets the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. .103 left to play in the first quarter. To the middle. Robinson kicks to Shamet. Nice move. The shape. It's hauled in by Adams.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Pass to Marshall. Here's Rollins. Still without a basket. Chalk up 2 there. Now it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's Kolek. Shamet on the wing. Over Green. And it's Shamet missing.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made one basket in this period.
Here's Rollins. Got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks lead by 5. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And people, Doris, talk about the right time for a team to go all in. What goes into that decision, do you think?
Well, first and foremost, if you are having a high measure of success, it becomes about how do we sustain this roster to not miss the window to compete for championships. If you're talented and you're winning, how do you do the best you can to sustain that kind of success?
Antetokounmpo out there with P.J. Washington. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then there's Rollins. And it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Antetokounmpo passes the ball. No good from outside.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Brunson. If we look back at when things began to shift for the Knicks, it started with Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think certainly, Kevin, he is exactly the kind of leader you would want. Is he highly skilled? Of course he is. But he's about the work every day, and he sets the tone for his team.
One falls for Brunson. Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Boy, when you watch this guy shoot free throws, you can see very repeatable motion, and that is what leads to this kind of consistency.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Anunoby passes to Brunson. With a screen on Ball. And here's Brunson outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here is Ball. He has yet to score. Outside, Antetokounmpo shoots over Towns, and it's Giannis missing. The Knicks trailing. Brunson outside. Back to Bridget. Pass to Brunson. Shoots over Ball. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Brunson's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, we talk about having a high shot IQ. Jalen Brunson, just 4 shots. You want to concede the mid-range jumper? He's more than content to take it.
Here's Rollins, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Rollins got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now, here's Bridges. He's got 8. Antetokounmpo with the steal. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down home.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed. Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Knicks trail by 3. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, easy call.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
And he makes the first.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford comes in for Najee Marshall. And it's Max Christie in for Rollins. And both free throws good for Brunson.
Boy, the maturation of Brunson is really special. This guy phenomenal as scorer and facilitator.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at New York. 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3.
Well, I think for New York, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Antetokounmpo, strong finish.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And Brunson, here we go. Bridges kicks to Hart. Trains it from beyond the arc. Hart's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
Well, you see teams concede the 3 to Josh Hart at times. This guy's growing more and more confident.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
A moment now to see the numbers
For Jalen Brunson.
putting up about 25 points per game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
The Mavericks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And it's ball in the corner. Over Brunson. And no good, trying to use the glass. So for New York, their last game, a win against Miami. Stolen by Ball. Right wing. Gafford kicks to Washington. Over in the corner, onto the Antetokounmpo. Bridges, right side. Pass to Hart. The kick out to Towns. Stolen by Washington. Here's Antetokounmpo. Giannis just too much inside.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now here's Brunson. 8 points for him. Here's Hart on the wing, Anunoby. New York, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Giannis a screen on Brunson. Ball dishes to Antetokounmpo. Towns with the defensive effort. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Dallas. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Brunson against Ball. The focus from Brunson.
Now, this is what makes Jalen Brunson special. You've got to knock down contested shots. Mr. Brunson up to the task.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Mavericks fourth.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
The Mavericks have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Outside, Ball. 3-pointers off the mark. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Ball. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. That one is off.
Now, Jalen Brunson approaches the point guard position as a scorer, and boy, this guy can light you up.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Ball. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Ball's got his first points in this one.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Here's Brunson. And Ball with the block.
A defensive shutdown from LaMelo Ball, just anticipating that shot.
Hard against Christie. The kick out to Ball. With the drive, the shot falls for only his second bucket, 2 for 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Down low. Here's Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
Zador's with his diverse offensive repertoire. Karl Anthony Towns is a matchup nightmare.
Absolutely, Kevin, and the reason being, he's right. He's one of the greatest shooting bigs in history, but the man is a great straight-line driver. Good luck checking him.
And Towns drops them both.
Well, big man that makes their free throws. Bravo.
For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Here's Ball. He takes it in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ball's got his third basket of the night right there. Knicks trail by 3. Now McBride. 6 points for him. Robinson a screen on Ball. Inside. Robinson finds Hart. Rocket 6. Fires from the corner. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you. Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Now, here's Hart. 8 points his last outing.
Well, shaky start. He's putting that in the rear view and finding his groove.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. And to Kumbo. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
McBride with the ball, defended by Christie. Towns the screen. Here's McBride. The Mavericks pull it in. Outside, ball. Down low. And Giannis with the basket on the assist by Ball. 14 points for Giannis.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
New York trailing. Outside, Towns. And the rejection by Giannis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you know how problematic LaMelo is for defenders. Always so willing to draw some contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
That's good from Ball.
One of those do-it-all kinds of players on the offensive end. The height of LaMelo Ball, 6'7". Boy, he's got a lot of advantages in the backcourt.
Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for Christie. He doesn't get the second one.
One thing that impresses you about LaMelo, the way he reads defenses and makes the game easier for everyone around him.
There's a screen by Robinson. McBride's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Ball feeling it out a bit. Adams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
Well, Steven Adams is as strong a player as there is in the NBA. Draws the contact there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good.
You know, sometimes we bemoan the lack of physicality in the league these days. That is not something that applies to Mr. Steven Adams.
Mavericks making a switch here. Rollins is checked in. And so Adams nails both of them. Knicks trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Kolek. Back to McBride. New York, no good that time either.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Green passes to Rollins. And here's Marshall from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Marshall's got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
Boy, certainly looked like the defense was okay, letting him shoot from 3. But let's remember, he can hit some of these.
And they get it. They get it back. Pass to Kolek. Here's McBride. Offline with his 3.
Boy, after dropping 2 triples in the first quarter, he hasn't hit another yet.
Rollins. Here's Adams. Another shot. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Knicks trail by 7. 1:44 left in the first half of the game. Here's Kolek. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Kolek has got his second bucket of the night.
That mid-range J right in his wheelhouse. Nicely done.
Pass to Marshall. Here's Adams, guarded by Robinson. And Adams kicks to Williams. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Mavericks have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That free throw missing.
And they've had their difficulties from the line here in the second. Could extend their lead if they just make some more free throws.
And he sinks the second. We've got 1:13 left in the second quarter. In the corner, Shamet with it. Pass to Yabusele. That 3 off the mark. Mavericks leading by 6. Green passes to Williams. Adams outside. Now Marshall. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Yabusele. Pass to McBride. And stolen by Williams. Here's Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Mavericks have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Knicks trail by 7. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. McBride on the wing. A 3-pointer is right on target. McBride's got 9.
Boy, this guy doing his job, spacing the floor. He had 2 triples in the first, and he just gets his 3rd to go.
Outside, Green. Marshall sets a screen for Green. Shamet with the steal. He can't get it to go. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with P.J. Washington. P.J., what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, and not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Terrific, Allie. Thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for joining us. And first off, let's take a look at the players of the week. The winner in the East, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis has been putting all the work in, demonstrating his versatility, doing everything for his team, and he hits big shots in key moments. That's why he's going home with the hardware.
And now let's discuss that first half. The Mavs in a tight one.
The pace of this game is suiting them well, and it makes sense. After all, they're the ones setting it up.
Yeah, that's what you want. Establish your tempo while staying under control. They can run away with this literally.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
Into that.